Hello and welcome to Vintage Computer Software and Games. Today's demonstration is Splat by Incentive Software for the Commodore 64 and ZX Spectrum. Splat was Incentive Software's first release title in 1983. There was a high score competition offering £500 to the highest scorer. This increased sales of the game massively. Splat was programmed by the company's founder Ian Andrew with help from Ian Morgan for the machine code. It involves you playing a character called Zippy running around a large map which is constantly shifting left, right, up and down in the evil hope of trapping you between the edge of the play area and a wall.
Ah, shite!
The objective is to explore, survive and eat grass. Right, here we are with the C64 version. I can't confess to ever having owned this or played it when I was a kid, but I often saw it advertised in the magazines. My cousin gave me some old C&VG magazines from the very early 80s and I saw this advertised. I was often wondering about it. Never played it until recently. I like games that offer you a choice of keys. Okay. Right. Splat is such an evil game, it entices you to go places and you're just going to get trapped. But I can see how it could be quite a moreish, quite addictive game. You always just want to get that little bit more extra score than last time. A bit like in the way that Flappy Bird is, but I don't think that this is quite as frustrating as Flappy Bird. But it's certainly not a game you'd want to play, damn it, after a few pints of beer, you know. I could see it being quite nauseating. Ah, yeah, twonk. It's hard to get the grass when the screen's moving. You know, there are guys on the Atari Age forum for the TI-99, and one or two of them are, damn you, developing games. Yeah, one or two of them are developing games for the TI, and some of them are old games that were out before, you know, such as Jetpack. I'm thinking this could be a good candidate. Ah, yeah, twonk. I probably wouldn't be able to code it because I don't think I'm that clever. I really don't. But there's one particular language that I think would be great, and that's XB256, because it allows you to assign portions of the screen as a window and scroll it. So you can see where I'm going with that. You can scroll in 4 different directions. And because this is scrolling in character-sized chunks anyhow, it's perfectly feasible. Yeah, we can get these. Try for these here as well. Ah. Twonk. Ah. Right, I'll have one more go. Oh. Yeah. I'm not touching that. Ah, bugger. I'd have been a lot better at this as a kid. It's like I said before, my reaction times have dwindled in the years gone by for video games. I'm just not as quick with my hands anymore, not as quick thinking. Ah, buggeration. It is a fun little game. To be honest, it looks like it was coded in BASIC and compiled. It could have been either coded in BASIC and compiled, or it could be BASIC with assembly language routines. Right, now then, let's see how the Spectrum version holds up. Right, Splat on the Spectrum. User definable. I don't like using keys 5 to 8. It's essentially the same as the C64 version. Oh yeah, swamp. The sound effects are quite sharp on this actually. I think I prefer the sound effects on this. You see, with a SID chip, you know, no one can argue that it is a very good sound chip. I think mainly for songs and tunes. I've often said that for sound effects it seems a little bit bloopy, whereas chips from the Atari, especially the Atari, can offer far better noises for sound effects than the SID can. And in this case, in this game, the Spectrum, I think, personally, I prefer. I do prefer the Spectrum sound. Yeah. Another go. I don't know whether I'm right or not, but the Spectrum version does look to have a smaller play area though. Slightly. Maybe. I'm not sure whether it has or not, but if it has got a smaller play area. That would be because the Spectrum uses a 32 column wide display and the C64's display is 40 columns wide, and maybe they used the extra width. But again, they could be both exactly the same play area and I might be talking shite. I bet that high score competition created some very frustrated players. £500 were a lot of money back in 1983-84. Hell of a lot of money. Well, just think, if you'd won the competition with a ZX Spectrum, you could have gone out with your £500 and then played it on a C64. Bugger me. I'll have one more go. I don't think I'm ever going to get past first level. I am a notoriously crap game player. Another reason why I think we were better, well, I was better at playing these games as a kid, is because I've just gone out and spent my pocket money on it, and I've just gone and sat and waited between 2 and 5 minutes for it to load. So I'm going to really hone my skills on it and practice it like mad. And I think that we probably had more dedication to the game for those reasons. You know, plus we had, as a kid, I had less in life than the kids have these days. I mean, to entertain myself, if it were raining outside and I wasn't playing out, if I was in, it were a choice of, what do I do? Do I sit and watch Harry Seacombe on Songs of Praise, or do I go on the computer and play this tape game? You know, and it could be a very simple game, but I'd be playing it for hours because I just didn't want to do the latter and suffer Harry Seacombe. Shit. Kids nowadays, if you know, they've got so many different varied things they can do, electronics wise. They've got the whole world of the internet out there. Not that I think it's a good idea for them, because I don't think that it should be you know, exposed to all sorts. I once let my two play an old video game from when I was their age, and it was Robot Attack on the TRS-80. Well, the girl sat and played it for about 1 minute and got bored and went on YouTube upstairs, and the boy, I'll give him his dues, he sat there for half an hour with it and then sort of nodded his head in acknowledgement and walked off and watched YouTube upstairs. I had a black and white TRS-80 and a wooden stool, and I was happy. In my day, I had a stick and I was happy. Yeah. Can I get these three? I think I'm coming down with a cold. Oh, I like that. Right, level 2. Ah, yeah. Twat. Ah. Well, that wouldn't have got me 500 quid. I like this game. But I'm not going to have another go. Right, the verdict. Well, you know what, I like this game, I really do. I'm going to give it a good 8 out of 10. I mean, it doesn't need to be graphically superb, it's the gameplay that counts, and yep, it's certainly got it. The game is essentially the same on both platforms, the C64 and the Spectrum. But I do think that it plays a little bit snappier on the Spectrum, or at least the sounds are, you know. Right, yep, that's all. Thank you for watching. Tune in next time and take care until then. Bye bye.